Hi, it's Dr. Elizabeth Shervani here, natural fertility, pregnancy, and children's health expert. And we are in the middle of our 12-day fertility challenge. And today I want to share with you a little bit about this concept of light. And I believe that we are called to be light in the world and to bring our own light into the darkness in the world and to shine the light on the pain and suffering that we know are problems in the world and that we might even be feeling ourselves. And today I've received some really difficult news that's work related, and it just feels like at this stage of my life I'm learning a lot about patience, resilience, and learning how to surf the waves of challenges and adversity. And my heart is to remain with service and to make an impact. And sometimes it feels like even the desire to serve and make an impact gets thwarted, right? Or for you, maybe it's something else that you're called to. It could be love, it could be generosity, it could be making change in the world in a positive way, and it could be about having your children. And through my work as a naturopathic doctor and as a fertility coach, I think I've developed some deeper awareness about myself when I go through problems and challenges. And because I think everything could be like a teaching moment, or everything could be wisdom building, or as Robin Sharma calls it, bravery training. And I love that concept because I really believe that we are beings that are called to a higher way of living and a higher way of giving and sharing with each other. And the fertility journey is an area of life that doesn't get a lot of conversation out in the world. Lots of issues do and deserve to. And so does fertility, but for many reasons, it doesn't really get talked about freely among people. So I'm happy to start the conversation and to have you involved in it. And I'm getting amazing feedback about how meaningful this has been up till now within the journey, having this challenge and having some community around it and women who understand exactly what you're going through and who can empathize with where you are at. And I know that sometimes it feels very dark. And I'm sitting here in my kitchen today and it's just getting dark, and I thought this would be the perfect time to explore this concept of light. Because no matter how much darkness you or I are in, there is always someone who's in a darker place, and we can always find that shred of light. And the reason why I know that is that there is always yin and yang. You know that black and white symbol where there's for Chinese medicine, where there's a little bit of white in the black part and there's a little bit of black in the white. And that symbolizes that these two entities of yin and yang, they're opposites, but they're complementary and they feed into one another on a continuum. So no matter how dark you're feeling, there is light. And today when I was feeling very down about this experience that I'd had through work experience, and just feeling very blocked and challenged about what the next step will be, and trying to maintain a heart of service and compassion for the work that I do, and of course for the community that we serve and the needs that are out there that need to be met. I noticed that I was feeling irritable, and what I decided to do with that was to transform that irritability into grace. And when a couple of individuals kind of talked to me or cashiers, I decided to just take a breath and look them straight in the eye and smile at them and give them something good for their day. And the simple question I used at the different errands that I was doing after the event happened this morning that got me a little bit rattled was is it a busy day so far? And I think that type of a question can create empathy, because a lot of people who are in service positions, like people that are working with cash or with service in restaurants, often they don't get treated with as much respect in society, and people don't often tune in and see how they're doing. And when so when we're feeling down or dark or disappointed, it can be very healing and transformative to just shift the attention onto someone else and give them some light. And the action of giving out light demonstrates to your own system that you have lots of light left to give. And I feel like that was something that I needed to share with you today in the middle of our challenge here, because in the middle of a fertility journey, at the beginning, middle, or end, there can be such a sense of darkness, despair, stress, or discouragement, or disappointment. And I know that you can understand that feeling, and I want to reassure you that at the opposite end of the spectrum of darkness, there's always light. And the only reason why there is darkness is because there is the absence of light, but light is coming back. And the only reason why we understand what darkness is because we experience light. And the only reason why we understand what light is and why we would want to experience it or give it away is because we know what the darkness also feels like. And it's okay to know what those different experiences look and feel like. Keep in mind, one transforms into the other, and they're always changing and they're always dynamic. And you can choose to turn on the light. You can choose to shine your light. And earlier in this challenge, we talked a little bit about who are you? What is your gift to share in the world, no matter what outcomes happen? Because there's so many things that we just can't control. We can never control other people's choices. We can never control whether we are actually going to have a family of our own and our own biological children. And yet we desire these gifts and we dream for these gifts, and it's beautiful to do that. And I want you to, and it's so healthy for you to do that. And it's also healthy for you to shine your light and cultivate your true being and your true self. And I promise you, your value is absolutely infinite. It's innate. You don't have to do or be anything different than who and where you are right now. And that is all I want to sit with you, wanted to have you sit with today, is just this concept of, wow, you have light within you, even if you don't feel like it, and you can literally turn it on with the power of your own choice. You are so powerful, you are so valuable, and you are more than enough.